are now listening to Ricky and Lolo's Couples Therapy, brought to you by the Lolo Knows Radio Network. Keeping a healthy perspective is necessary in these tough times we live in. And welcome everybody to Ricky and Lolo's Couples Therapy. Ricky.
What?
Tell me about your OCD today.
Well, we're just going to get right into it.
Yeah. Come on now.
No, okay.
I'm ready to talk since we took first of all, since we took the last week off, there's been a lot of shit going on. A lot, very high energy week. I needed to take some time away and stuff and decompress, and I'm still decompressing like a mother effer right now.
We've been busy and working on some various projects for Unplanned, and you've been working on some stuff and trying to get a few things going. You've been kind of hit and miss with your art stuff right now, which has been frustrating you. I've been hit and miss with some music stuff, so there's been a lot of things up in the air. So, hey, we don't owe you motherfuckers anything, so we took a week off.
Yeah. Yeah. There are times where I feel like you said, I just want to just can it, because sometimes, sometimes I feel like, I just don't want to
That's natural, dude. Anytime, it kind of touches back on, not to jump off topic, but it touches back on, you kind of made a post today that you were struggling with some things, and my comment on it was, good things are rarely easy, and easy things are rarely good. If you don't doubt yourself or your product, it's probably crap. Look at people that are putting stuff out that are like, I'm the shit. Is it good? A lot of times it's not.
Like what?
Let's just look at stars and stuff. People that walk around with this undeserved, or even locally, DJs that are like, check out my new banger, yo. Well, your track sucks, but I can't say anything to you now because you're already telling me it's good. So what can I do to you? What can I tell you? I think
it's just people that want to get you to listen to it, to validate.
But that's not a way to get
me.
That's not a way to get me to listen to it.
Right.
The way to get me to listen to it is just to say, hey, I made this. Why don't you check it out?
Okay, so tell me about your OCD, though.
No, I made a Facebook post that says, let me find it. Fuck. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. I made a Facebook post, and it says, I do not like when people touch my stuff. Please do not touch my stuff.
But how many times do you have to announce this at work? It seems like
it's
this is always a recording.
It's a lot, because people don't understand, okay, look, I'm not I don't have to touch the doorknob 5 times when I lock it before I leave the house, but I definitely am a little, I don't know, OCD, lightweight, on the spectrum, autistic. I don't know. It's never been formally diagnosed, but I have my things that bother me. And I'm not, it's a joke and I can handle it, but there's also a part of me deep down inside where it really actually does bother me. I tell people all the time at work, I'm like, please don't touch things on my desk. If someone touches a pen on my desk, I throw it in the garbage after they use it. If someone touches my shit, I throw it away. I don't even, it's done to me. It's dead to me. I put it in the garbage. If it's something that I can't throw away, you
do realize that is a problem, right? I
Germ-X the fuck out of it. I have fucking Clorox wipes in my desk. If someone uses my phone, I immediately wipe it off and fucking put it,
So you're a germaphobe.
Yeah, but it's more than that too. I also don't like when people, if someone moves something on my desk, I don't like that. I know it's a thing, but it's my thing, so I'm okay with it. So everyone else gets to be okay with it too. I'm not upset about it. It doesn't.
You're not, but you don't really have that. Me and you don't have that.
But that's between me and you. That's different. I'll drink out of your cup.
Yeah.
I'll drink out of fucking Logan's cup or drink Josh's beer. Those are my people. That's fine. We're all in close proximity anyway. I don't give a shit about that stuff. But, people at work, we're cool. But we're not like hangout cool, and like most of the people at work have kids, and they're all germy and shitty and fucking like. There's this dude Dave at work.
You're OCD about kids. That's
there's
for sure.
This dude Dave at work who I love very much. Dave's an awesome mechanic, and he's a cool fucking dude. Dave's worked there for like 3 years. I don't think he's ever not been sick because he's got fucking kids, man. So like it's a germ thing, but it's also an organization thing. Like I really don't. And honestly though, like. Me and you are cool, and I love you very much. If I came in here and you rearranged my studio, I'd flip the fuck out. Or, like, if you moved something in here and I didn't know where it was, I'd probably wig out a little bit. Like, that's just me. Or, like, if you moved something on my shelf over there, I'd probably get upset. And I know that that's kind of irrational and probably not healthy, but that's just something that I deal with.
But I'm a little bit the same way. I feel like when you take something or move something, you should put it back.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to go.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what I was raised on. I think that's why you and I can coexist.
The throwing it away thing is obviously super extreme, and that's it. I don't know. That's a little weird, but that's just me. Like, if someone touches shit, and I'll do it in front of them too. Like, they'll set the pen back down on my desk, and I'll grab it and throw it in the garbage, and they're like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "Because you touched my shit. Don't touch my shit."
Well, I want to get on to this topic. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of wing it tonight because, you know, a lot of things. I had a question about that I posted on Facebook and stuff, but I think I want to do that at like another time.
Okay.
I want to have more of a... We're about to get married in probably less in 65 days, I believe now.
Woohoo!
And... I want to share I want to ask you about romance and about what that means to you and what that means to us, not just now, but even just after we're married. It's just like, because it's a big deal for me because I don't want things to get just boring and fizzled out. I feel like Carrie Bradshaw, a character from Sex and the City. There was one show where she was getting into it with her and Mr. Big. Mr. Big, they got settled into this lifestyle and had this amazing, you know, apartment and this, that, and the other. And it was like they got married and all of a sudden things stopped kind of being sexy. They stopped going out. They stopped having, you know, like, even just like, you know, the sex was fizzling off and, you know, but a lot of it, and she made one suggestion. She said, we have to work on sparkle. Like, I want sparkle guy when I'm out. Like, even when they went out to a club, and I like this show because there's so much that a lot of us women could see ourselves in. Well, because we've seen ourselves.
Made.
These are all for that. Yeah, but you know what? It's actually too, you know, some level of a true story about everything that this author went through, and she put it into this show and into these characters, and that was probably the exciting part, that somebody just opened up the dialogue about some of these issues, even with some of the recent issues with, or even some of the issues that there was being raised about menopause, and when Samantha was going through that, even being a very sexually driven woman, and then that, you know, the sex kind of goes down the toilet because a lot of people don't understand. They can have, you know, I feel like things get pretty difficult when these are challenges. It's like you said, if you're all up with your partner. We have a friend right now that might be going through a divorce because before, their lives with a kid were, you know, he'd do his thing, she'd do his thing. Then they come together and everything is cool. And now they have all this togetherness, and it almost seems like it's just stifled. I feel like everybody's presented with some problems even after being married, even just, you know, living with somebody for so long. Whoa. You know, like you and I, we had 5 days where we would go and not see each other, and then we had the 2 days during the weekend where I would come up and visit you on the weekends and for the apartment, and we would spend our weekends.
You're throwing a lot against the wall.
I know.
So I'll try to dissect it and pick it apart the best I can.
I told you I had a lot to say.
Well, no, that's fine. That's fine. But let's try to cover one thing at a time. The first thing is TVs and movies are an idealized version of life, and comparing your own life to them will never hold up. But
no, I was just giving an analogy.
I understand, but people do that. You know, I've had girls be like, why can't it be like insert this or that movie? That's not real.
I just love that line where she said we need to work on the sparkle.
Okay, well, I understand
because
that.
You know what? It's so true because every couple is presented with that challenge, especially when you go through the everyday. Like, when does it sparkle?
You have to change your definition of what that is over time, because you are going to be more comfortable together, and you are going to learn each other's habits, and you are maybe going to have ups and downs, and there's going to be times when you can go out more or go out less, or certain areas where you become comfortable, and you got to kind of change your definition of what you got to find those moments. I think it's more about finding those moments than creating those moments. Like tonight, we went to fucking Walmart and just ran around, but we kind of joked around and goofed around and hugged on each other and held hands, and that's a moment that, like, I enjoyed, and that was important to me, and I had fun with you. And it's those little, it doesn't always have to be dressed up, going out, restaurant, hitting the bars, or anything like that. It's redefining that word and what that is. And, you know, I kind of really subscribe to life is what you make it. Not even in a relationship, just in all things, you know. You can find a reason to be miserable, or you can find a reason to be happy. Whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you make $1 million a year, whether you're flat fucking broke, whatever you seek, you shall find, one way or another. Mm-hmm. So I really just try to focus on what's good, and that carries over to us too. And it is those little moments. It's, you know, giving you a kiss on the head in the morning before I wake up and go start my day, or, you know, giving you a kiss before I run back upstairs to finish getting ready, or you send me some stupid little cartoon character thing in our chat thing during the, like, that's romance. It's not always a present or a gesture or a night out. Those things are great, but that's easy. Like that's cut and paste. I mean, yeah, we can go out right now. It doesn't make it romantic. Like, it's the little moments and the little things and the I love yous, or the holding your hand, or joking around, or picking at each other. That's the real stuff. Like, all that other shit is things that people do at the beginning, and it's all superficial. It's all contrived. It's, you're trying to, like, be this person that you're not, kind of, and show this other person, like, what you can do. And that's not really how life is. That's not where life happens. Life happens in the kitchen. Life happens at the grocery store. Life happens at Walmart. Life happens at Hobby Lobby. Life happens taking the dog to the vet. Like, that's where life happens. It's the journey. It's not the destination. So, that, for me anyway.
Do you believe that us women have this laundry list of expectations?
I think some do. You know my theory on expectations in general. Expectations are a motherfucker. Because as soon as you start expecting stuff, you're preparing yourself for a letdown.
Right.
But yeah, I think, you know, and it's not even their fault. You get spoon-fed from the time you're a little kid. You get spoon-fed the Barbie dream house and the wedding and the fucking... You start watching soap operas, or you watch The Notebook one too many times. Motherfuckers ain't gonna stand out in the rain for you and build a house and shit. Like, get the fuck off it. It's not gonna happen, man. It's just not. And it doesn't mean that
but it happens for some.
It doesn't. It almost never happens. And that doesn't mean that dude doesn't love you. Like guys do the same shit.
People,
but guys,
I know
guys
women
do
who've
the
had
same
those fairy
shit.
tale romances.
Bullshit. No, you don't. Their life sucked just like everybody else.
That is not true.
No one's life's perfect. That you got this idealized version of shit.
No,
they
I'm
post
saying
on
that
Facebook
I am
and
talking about. You
Instagram.
said building the house.
Whatever. I'm not. And some other part of their life sucks. No one gets to have it all. So what?
But why is that? Why can't we have it all? Why would we subscribe to the point?
Why would you want it all?
Why wouldn't we want it all?
I don't need it all.
You might not need it all, but what's wrong with wanting it all?
You're setting yourself up for disappointment because you'll never have it all.
But why is that?
Because it's impossible.
You think it's impossible?
Perfection is impossible. It's unachievable.
So you think Beyonce and Jay-Z don't have
He cheated on her! And her sister beat his ass in an elevator! What are you, fucking high? I'll take me and you over that bullshit any day. We ain't cheating on each other. So,
right, exactly.
Yeah, dude. They ain't no perfect. They just got money. Ooh, whatever. Fuck that. I don't need money. I need to live. I don't need money. I need to pay the bills.
Right.
I don't need what comes along with that. I mean, if I ever get rich or win the lottery or whatever, cool, so be it. But I ain't chasing paper.
Right.
That's not what my life's about. My life's about moments. And, you know, like I said, those little things.
So you think people like that at that elevated stage are all about chasing the paper?
No, I just think that more money, more problems. Fucking, you got to go on tour. You're separated. You know, you're out. You're partying. Whatever. You're lending yourself to possibly bad situations, or you're putting yourself. You're away from your partner. I don't want to be away from you.
Oh, honey.
I don't like not being with you. Like, I mean, even I got some things coming up out of state. I wouldn't want to go without you.
I know.
So, like, that's, you know, I'd rather stay comfortable and, you know, legit. Like, those people don't even see each other, man. Jay-Z's on tour. Beyonce's on tour. They got fucking kids. They're working on albums. Like, that's not a life for me. I don't want that. Like, it
sounds exhausting, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, exhausting's a sliding scale, I guess. I prefer that kind of exhausted to my current kind of exhausted, where I'm fucking working 50 hours a week and working 10 hours a week on unplanned shit and putting 10 hours a week in the studio and I ain't fucking getting paid shit. So, you know, exhaustion is a sliding scale.
I was just wondering.
It's just you're trading your problems. Every income level and bracket or fame level or whatever comes with different sets of problems and different sets of trade-offs. So yeah, I may struggle financially sometimes now, but I don't struggle socially. I get to pretty much spend any amount of time with you that I want. We get to go pretty much do all the things that we want to do, and we get to do them pretty much together. Yeah, you'll have occasional times when we can't. But as that fame level increases or that income level increases, that togetherness might decrease. Mm-hmm. So that's the trade-off.
I want to ask you this question because I feel that there are women that don't know a lot of women that don't know. They don't know the love like you have for me. You always profess you have this love for me, and I've never had this kind of love before. I always wondered, like, why do you love me so much?
I don't fucking know.
And maybe you don't know.
No, I don't know. That's the point. That's kind of like the beauty of the situation.
Explain that.
Like, I don't know if you know. Or it's measurable, like it's immeasurable. We've had some knockdown, drag out arguments and fights.
Yeah.
No lie. And it's never even crossed my mind to leave. Never. Even if you were like, I'm going to leave, or told me to leave, or said fuck you, or I said fuck you, or whatever, it never even crossed my mind. And that's never happened before with me. Like, yeah, I've put in, but you know me too, I also have put up with some shit.
Yes.
Like, I'm a patient person. But even those relationships, I was like, man, you know, like, I could take it or leave it.
Right.
Like, I'm like, oh, if you're going to stay, I'm going to stay, and fucking whatever. But no, like, realistically, I was always kind of like, yeah, you know, whatever. This is fine for now. But this is fine forever. It's different. But, and also, like, there's two kinds of chicks that I've run across. There's chicks that will literally sell themselves short and take whatever they get. And that's no good. And conversely, there's chicks that think they're queen shit of fucking Turd Town. And that ain't good either. Because that's just like the guy telling you how awesome his track is.
Right.
Just be awesome. That's my advice to everybody, guys and girls. Don't go tell everyone you're awesome. Just go be fucking awesome. Go do awesome shit. It'll show. It will show in your actions, in your behavior, and your temperament how awesome you are. If you have to tell me you're awesome, you are not. So, you know, and you get these chicks in this, I don't need no man attitude. That's not good either, because you're walling yourself off from possibility.
Right.
Because there are a lot of really good guys out there that might not fucking fight through that wall. I did. Because you were kind of that kind of chick. Mm-hmm. But I knew that you were worth it to me. But ladies, don't do that to guys. Like, they don't need that.
What?
That, I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. No, right. You don't have to need someone, but don't push people away either. Like, be open to possibilities. You don't have to date every schmuck with a neck tattoo that fucking buys you a drink, but you don't have to push everyone away either.
Right.
You gotta live somewhere in the middle, and you gotta find what works for you. And those are the two kinds of girls I've run into. If there's other kinds of girls, I don't mean to paint with a broad brush. Just me personally. There's these chicks that will settle for anything and then wonder why shit's fucked up or whatever. Or they go from guy to guy to guy.
Right.
And, you know, they don't really know themselves properly.
I feel like they're escaping, or they have this thing, need to just be with somebody because they're afraid to be alone, too.
It's natural to want to be with someone. Any person, guy or girl. But there's, you know, dudes, y'all fuck too. So don't think that, like, it's just chicks. It's, you know, there's guys out there that are dating 6 chicks at one time. And the other girls may know, and they might be open and honest and whatever, but, like, what are you getting out of that?
Right.
You can't establish any kind of solidarity or anything out of that. That's not to say that you're, like, dirty or dogging these chicks or whatever, but what do you hope to gain from dating 6 girls? That you're not devoting yourself, you're not focusing on anything. You know, even 2. Like, when I was, like, single or whatever, if I had, like, dates with 2 different chicks in 1 week, I was like, this is too much. I can't fucking, like, this is too much shit. Like, and I know certain people are just wired that way, but I think that's a societal thing, too, you know? Like, people kind of foist that shit on dudes where, like, you gotta be a player, or you gotta bang lots of chicks, or you gotta pick chicks up at the bar. That's a load of shit, too, man.
That's inviting too much trouble in your life.
It's just a shitty way to live. I mean, I ain't here to judge anybody, but you're not going to get anywhere that way either.
Right.
So, you know, again, life happens in the middle. If you're too far one way or too far the other way, you're probably going to have a bad time. You got to kind of somewhere in between walk that line and ease up on things and tighten up on some other things.
Oh, good talking point tonight. I didn't want to do a whole long show tonight, so I'm just kind of keeping this one kind of short and sweet, because I do need to kind of do some more decompressing, and I just don't.
That's fine. No, I think you know, putting out content is important, and I think that, but also being open and honest is important. And when one of us has a rough week or we can't get this shit done, And we're just honest about it.
Yeah.
We don't know you motherfuckers anything. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Go to loloknows.com if you want to listen to all the shows on the first page there. Take care and have a wonderful evening.
Bye.